Okay, boys and girls, so you have watched the video introducing Santa's elves, and now we are going to participate in this math mystery, the case of the selfish elf. So I am, in this video, going to go over the directions and kind of explain in detail how to complete this mystery case. Let's look right here. The elves have been busy, as usual, preparing for Christmas. As a reward for the long hours they spend making toys, Santa and Mrs. Claus both provide special cookies for them to eat during their breaks. However, reports have been coming in that many of the elves are disappointed this year because they are missing out on getting a special cookie during their break time. Since so many of these hard-working elves have been missing out on their special treat, their production of toys has significantly reduced. It has gone down. Santa is worried that they won't make all the toys in time for Christmas, and no matter how many cookies he and Mrs. Claus make, there always seems to be so many poor elves missing out. Santa released the following statement to us earlier this morning. Mrs. Claus and I always make sure to make enough special cookies so that every one of the elves can receive one. We have been making extras this time, yet still many of them are missing out. Both the quality and quantity of toys have reduced significantly because the elves are feeling sad. I can't have children missing out on their gifts this year or receiving one that will break easily. Mrs. Claus, who is currently very cranky with the situation, came to the following conclusion. One of the elves is taking way more than one cookie for him or herself. I monitor the number of cookies that we make, and from what I have noticed, someone is being very greedy and taking more than their fair share. Identify and stop the selfish elf. Otherwise, he or she is not only going to make the other elves unhappy, but also many children unhappy this Christmas. Santa and Mrs. Claus have requested that we send our finest math detective to the North Pole and investigate the case. Math detective needed to help find the selfish elf. Santa and Mrs. Claus have made a list of all the possible suspect elves that could be taking extra cookies. However, they need a super detective with math skills to find out who it is. Help solve the mystery so that all the elves will get the special cookies they deserve and help make Christmas merry for everyone. So boys and girls, then we look at page 2. And you will find that on Schoology in your math course. This is the list of possible suspects from Santa and Mrs. Claus. So as we go through, you can see down here at the bottom, we are going to solve clues. When we solve the clues, after we're finished solving, then we're going to cross off the suspects on this list until only one remains. It is the last suspect remaining that is the selfish elf who is taking all of the cookies. So here are their names listed here. And then they give you a description, whether they're male or female, short or tall, their hair color, their hat color, and then if they have bells on their shoes. So we're going to cross these off as we go. Let's go through. We're going to talk about each of these pages. So you should see the first one where you have to subtract fractions with like denominators. This is going to help you solve for clue number 1. So let's look at this first example. We're going to go right down here. They already gave us 1. 6/8 minus 1/8 is equal to 5. I know that because 6 take away 1 is 5, and your denominator stays the same. So in the box for 5/8, we're going to put the letter S. They've done that right up here for us. Let's do one more. 5 halves minus 4 halves. Denominator stays a 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. B, I need to find the fraction 1/2. And I see it right here. After you solve, you will find the answer to clue number 1. Let's take a look at these directions. You are going to discover a clue by subtracting the fractions below. Do not simplify or reduce your answers, so just subtract. Use your answers to match and place the letters in the boxes to reveal the clue. Once you solve all of these boxes, you will have a clue that will tell you which elves you can cross off here on the possible suspects. So this is page and clue number 1. Now let's look at clue number 2. A little review of addition and subtraction. You're going to discover another clue by correctly completing the addition and subtraction algorithms, meaning just the problems below. Locate your answer at the bottom and see what letter matches to write in the box. The first one has been done for you. So let's take a look at the second example. I can take 7 away from 8. That would leave me with 1. However, when I move to the tens place, I cannot take 1 away from 0, so I'm going to borrow. I now have 8 in my hundreds place and 10 in the tens place. 10 take away 1 leaves me with 9, and 8 take away 1 leaves me with 7. I actually wrote that in the wrong box. You can see that should have been the letter. So 791. Now I'm going to go right down here to the bottom, and I'm going to look for 791. Here it is. It's the letter R. So this should be C. I'm going to move this right here, and this right here is the letter R. You will continue solving. As you write your answers right here, Mrs. Body made a mistake here. As you write your answers, then you look for that number down here at the bottom, circle it, and write the corresponding letter. This will give you clue number 2 and tell you which answers to help cross off on your possible suspect list. Clue number 3, moving right along. Mix number fractions to improper. So they've already done one for you, but let's try another one. Right here, you are going to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. Then you are going to use your answers to match and place the letters in the boxes to reveal the clue. The first one we're going to look at is 37 eighths. We want to think, how many times does 8 go into 37 without going over? Well, I know 8 times 5 is 40. That's too much. What about 8 times 4? 8 times 4 is 32, so that would leave me with 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 5 eighths. So I have now changed my improper fraction to a mixed number. I'm going to go down here at the bottom to look for 4 and 5 eighths, and it is right here. So that was 37 eighths, and the letter that matches is the letter T. So in this box, I'm going to write the letter T. Again, that will give you a clue as to which suspects you can cross off on your possible suspects list. Clue number 4. This is going to be a review of division. You can see that you have a grid here. And as you solve these division problems down here at the bottom, your answer will match one of these in the grid. Once you solve, then you are going to cross off each answer. So only one of them is going to give the correct answer for the next clue. Let's see how that works. Let's look at the first division problem. 120 divided by 2. Sorry for that delay in the video. So we are dividing, so we can use partial quotients. We want to think, let's look at the first number. Does 2 go into 1? No, but let's look at 12. Well, 2 goes into 12. It goes in there 6 times, but I also have a 0 here. So I know I'm going to multiply by 60, and 2 times 60 is 120. Now we're going to go up here and look for the answer 60. It's right here. So we're going to cross it off. There's only one that's not going to match an answer up here, and it's going to tell you the correct clue. Let's look at number 5. This is a review of multiplication, and this is actually the last one that you'll have to solve. Discover another clue by correctly completing the multiplication problems below. Locate your answer at the bottom and see what letter matches to write in the box. The first one has been done for you. Let's take a look at the next one. 20 times 9. Well, that sounds kind of tricky, but I know 2 times 9 is 18, and I'm going to bring that 0 down, so that's a product of 180. When I go down here and I look for 180, I see it right here, so the next letter is going to be T. Again, these words will give you your answer to the last clue. When you are finished, you should be able to look back at your possible suspects list. There should only be one elf remaining based on the descriptions they've given you. You can put your name right here and has discovered that the selfish elf is, and then you can write that elf's name. Again, you'll find that right here on the possible suspects list. So only one of these elves is responsible for taking the cookies. You can check off your clue checklist as you go if you would like, but you will write your final answer here. Great job! Can't wait to see who the selfish elf is.